Hello everyone, myself SHAILESH as such. Today I am going to discuss about the most important chapter and very basic chapter, that is some basic concept of chemistry. When you start studying chemistry, different kinds of new questions come to your mind. To solve these questions only we should understand the some basic concept of chemistry. We will discuss here what is chemistry, why shall we study chemistry, and how it is going to be useful to mankind. Generally we know that chemistry is about the studies of matter. Here we'll discuss that also, classifications and measurement of matters. One by one we'll discuss. In this topic, most importance are some laws of chemical compounds will be there, Dalton atomic theories, and some calculation involving atoms, molecules, moles, and molar mass. Determination of empirical and molecular formula for a compound. So these many things are there in this entire chapter. We'll discuss one by one. Today is the first class, so we'll go with the importance of chemistry. So we will understand what you mean by chemistry first of all. Chemistry as the branch of science that deals with the composition, properties, and interaction of matter. Chemistry has a very important role in our daily life, right? So here I am just mentioning what is the importance of chemistry in our day-to-day life. Chemical principles are involved in everything from weather pattern to brain functioning, and along with the operation of a computer also. When it comes to the different chemical composition of atmosphere, it makes a different weather at a different places on earth as well as on different planets too. Example, we can see here that higher concentration of oxides of sulfur and nitrogen in atmosphere, which causes the acid rain. And beside you can see that here we are seeing a greenhouse effect due to these chemicals only. Along with when it comes to the brain functioning, here nitrous oxide, which is acting like a messenger compound in the transmission of a brain waves. Like this, so many important chemicals are there in our day-to-day life also. Along with, chemistry plays a very important role in economic condition of a country by having its role in various industries like manufacturing chemical fertilizers like ureas, ammonium sulfate, etc., which helps in a better production of crops also. When it comes to the chemistry, very important role in making human life comfortable and convenienced by the following, like preservatives. We are using preservative like a sodium benzoate, along with sodium metabisulfite. These are the chemicals which are using like a preservative to keep for a long time. When it comes to the insecticides and pesticides, here also we are using the chemicals like a DDTs and gamaxine, etc. Product of these domestic consumptions like soaps, cosmetic oils, perfumes. In these also we can see various chemicals also. These are not important for the exam point of view, but just basic is there. But one question they directly asked from these basic things only, like which of the chemical is used in the cancer therapy. So therefore I am mentioning, just keep in mind, life-saving drugs. In this we can see that cisplatin structure, it comes like this, both side chlorine and both side ammonia. This is cisplatin, and along with Taxol. These are the chemicals which are used in the cancer therapy. They asked this question in the exam directly, so just better to remember. Second one, we call it as AZT. It means azithromycin. This is also a drug which is used for helping the AIDS victims actually. So better to remember these things. AIDS victims. These are the importance of chemicals. Along with this advancement in chemistry, now it is possible to make new materials with the specific magnetic and electrical and optical properties also, like superconducting ceramics, along with conducting polymers, optical fibers, etc. We have so many applications about this chemistry only. With increased understanding in chemistry, now it is possible to apply principle of chemistry to stop environmental degradation also, like production of CFCs. Refrigerator is responsible for the ozone depletion. We know about this. So we are trying to reduce these things also nowadays with some techniques and some procedure also. These are just a basic things related to chemistry and importance of chemistry. Next we can go for the nature of matter. Everyone are aware about that matter is nothing but anything which occupies some space and having some mass, along with can be felt by one or more of our senses. Example if it goes means water, air, books, table, etc. Even though it looks like easy, but if I ask some question means you could not able to tell also, so wait for that. So one by one we'll go with this. Depending upon the physical and chemical properties of matter, it is classified as two categories. One is based on physical properties, another one is chemical properties. Just understand with respect to solid. It is a constituent of particles of matter are held close to each other and tightly packed. Usually regular pattern as we can see in the diagram. There is no that much space in the solid structures, and they do not have much freedom to move, are not easily compressible. Therefore, they retain a fixed volume and fixed shape. They have fixed value and fixed shape. Example, when it comes, we can go for this NaCl, iron, MgCl2, etc. When it comes to the liquid, the substance we can see here, arrangement of particles a little bit loosely held, and the constant particles are close together with no regular arrangement, and they acquire the shape of the container in which it is kept. So based on that we can say that they are having a definite value but not shape. Example, bromine, water, any solvent which is in liquid state, etc. Third one, when it comes to the gaseous state. In this, these constant particles, constituent means the substance which is made up of what? Those only. Constituent particles are far apart with no regular arrangement, and they occupies the shape and the volume of its container. Therefore, we can mention that gases have no definite volume and shape. Have no definite volume and shape. Example, you can take any gaseous molecule, oxygen, ammonia, ozone, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, etc. Just when it comes to the interconversion of these state. Interconversion means from one state to another states. So solid, if you are trying to heat, it will convert into liquid, then gas. Reverse reaction, if I just cool the liquid, then we get solid. If we cool the gas, then we'll get the liquid form. So next we'll go for the classification of matter. So as we already know about this matter, anything which occupies some space and having some mass. But when it comes to the classification, matter is classified based on two types. One is physical classification based on the physical nature, that is solid, liquid, gas. We already discussed. We'll come back to this classification with respect to chemical nature. Based on the chemical nature, these matter classified as mixtures and pure substance. Mixtures are made up of two or more substances which are nothing but components and possess variable composition. Mixture are two types again. One is homogeneous, another one is heterogeneous. So shortly I can mention these are variable composition. These mixtures again they classified as homogeneous mixture, another one heterogeneous mixture. Both are important. Just basic terms are there. We should need to understand about these things. When it comes to the second one, pure substance. Pure substance have a fixed composition and their constituent cannot be separated by simple physical methods. These properties do not vary actually related to pure substance. So I'm mentioning here they're having fixed composition. And it is classified again further into two types. One is elements, another one compound. Both are important, just remember. So one by one we'll discuss. First one, homogeneous. It is a type of mixtures only. Homogeneous mixtures are nothing but the mixture which have same composition or uniform composition throughout the mixture. They are also called as a solution. Example, when it comes to the sugar solution, we can easily dissolve into the water, then it can easily mix. You can't separate both sugar when it is dissolved in the water. Like that, uniform composition will be there. Same composition or uniform composition throughout solution is called homogeneous mixture. When it comes to the heterogeneous mixture, these composition is not uniform throughout the mixture. And here mixture of salt and sugar are the best example. Mixture of salt and sugar. We can easily separate both, right? Same grains and pulses along with the stone pieces are the heterogeneous mixture. And interesting thing here is that milk, we can say it appears like a homogeneous mixture. But actually when it comes to its physical method, like a configuration and churning of the components, like cream can be separated, right? So when it comes to like that, milk is heterogeneous process. Heterogeneous, not homogeneous. Just remember these things. So component of a mixture can be separated by physical, like a filtration, crystallization, sublimation, etc. These are the things related to heterogeneous mixture. Here when it comes to the pure substance, I told it is having a fixed composition classified as elements as well as components. Elements, again, it is nothing but it cannot be decomposed into simpler substances. This pure substance classified as elements and compounds. Element is a pure substance which is made up of one kind of particle, that is we can mention as copper, gold, silver, potassium, sodium, etc. We can see only one type of atom is there. But when it comes to the components, these components can be decomposed by chemical methods into constituent elements. And when two or more atoms of different elements combined in a fixed proportion by mass, then a molecule of a compound is formed. Example, H2, CO2, NaCl. We can see that in this compound, hydrogen is different, oxygen is different, right? So in this way, water is formed. Carbon is different, oxygen is different, CO2 is formed. So this is the way you just need to understand. Here we have fixed ratio of water 1:8, carbon dioxide 3:8. We'll discuss this one in the law of chemical combination. So this is all about the classification of matter. We just need to understand because basic is the better to remember. So when you are mentioning these things, is it that much necessary? Obviously, because simply you just try to understand here. I'm just asking one question. Classify the following as pure substance, mixture, and mention the reason also if you know. Those are graphite, milk, air, diamond. Basic terms are there, but still you'll get confused. Graphite is actually pure substance. Milk is, as I mentioned, it is mixture. Air is also mixture, right? Don't use the word oh, air is nothing but oxygen. Diamond is pure substance because it is made up of only carbon particles. This is the way they will ask. And when it comes to the homogeneous and heterogeneous, if I am using the two words aerated rings and brass, if I am using these two words, so here the word aerated rings is there. This aerated ring actually have a liquid and gas phase. Therefore, it can be easily separated. Then it become heterogeneous. Therefore, you can understand the difference between the homogeneous and heterogeneous. Next, when it comes to the properties, generalized way in chemistry, we will discuss so many times properties in organic as well as inorganic also. What do you mean by properties? Properties are, it is going to explain something related to the substance. This property is having two types. One is physical properties and another one is chemical property. Physical properties are nothing but these properties which can be measured, or observed without changing the identity. But when it comes to the chemical properties, these properties can be measured only by chemical reaction. Measured only by chemical reactions. These cannot be determined actually just by weaving and touching the substance. Chemical properties shows the kind of reaction in which substance can take part. Example, acidity, combustion. These are chemical properties only. When it comes to these physical property, can be measured without changing the identity means you are not changing the identity. Like water, if you are trying to boil, it started boiling, right? By seeing also you can mention that there is a physical changes is happening, means water's temperature is increasing, like that you can mention without changing the water nature. Like in that way you can mention these are the physical properties, this is chemical property. These are the many properties of matter which are capable of being measured or quantitatively in nature. This particular word we will get, that is physical quantity, means how much quantity or how much substance we have with us. This physical quantity is understood with two terms: a numerical coefficient, another one unit. These two like pairs, without one another will die, it means no meaning. Example, if you go to any shop, if you are asking give one, what he need to give one? He may slap one. Instead of that, if you mention 1 liter of water bottle, 1 liter of oil, if you ask mention like this, so here you will understand and he will also understand properly. Here you can understand that 1 liter is there. 1 is what? A physical quantity, that is numerical coefficient. It is a numerical coefficient. And liter is what? It is a unit. Then only this become meaningful. If you have a paper, 5 centimeter of paper, numerical coefficient is there along with unit is there. So how we know about these units? Therefore we will discuss next one, the international system of units. Actually this is also important, you should not neglect. These are the basic things. That's the chapter name itself. Also we have some basic concept of chemistry. Next topic is related to that only, that is international system of units. Generally we used to say SI unit. This SI system is modification of a metric system, and it is having a 7 base units which gives 7 fundamental scientific quantities. We can see here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Extra one is it, just read properly, sorry, 7 only. So here we have 7 units. These are the SI base units. When it comes to these terms, you need to understand time. SI unit is measured in second. Next, length measured in meter, mass in kilogram, electric current in ampere, thermodynamic temperature in Kelvin, amount of substance in mole, luminous intensity measured in candela. These are the symbols of these particular quantities. It is most important one. Please, you have to remember this one. Practice more, you will understand. When it comes to this, there are some physical quantities. Some physical quantities like they derived using the SI base units in combined form, like meter into meter, it becomes meter square. It is actually the unit for area. Same, meter cube is a unit for volume. When it comes to the kg per meter cube, unit for density. So many things in this we will discuss one by one. So this is all about the basic terms. See, when it comes to the class 11th, these are the basic things. After suddenly jumping from 10th to 11th, you won't understand those many things. That's why basic things are there. We'll go one by one. We'll understand day by day. Don't need to bother about anything. Just practice more questions and just understand these things. Next class, we'll discuss about the uncertainty in measurement. This is the most basic also. We'll discuss later. Thank you one and all.